I'm now traveling north to the medieval city of Girona.
Possessores per recordar tota la vida que has viscut, les aventures que has passat, tancat entre quatre parets, ara recordes aquell temps, la innocència de la joventut, tota la gent que has conegut, recordes sense recança, i una vida d'esperança. I l'amistat, l'amor per la llibertat, la teva vida, la teva terra, amb la teva família, sempre al teu costat.
We've just arrived in the historic medieval city of Girona. The area of what's now Girona was first founded in 79 BC by the Catalonia people, and then later on it was inhabited by the Romans, Visigoths, and Moors in 715. Finally, it was reconquered by Charlemagne in 785, but that didn't last very long because the city was shortly recaptured by the Moors once again. From that point on, the town had changed hands several times until 1050, when the Moors were kicked out of Catalonia for good. Now, most of the homes we see today were built in the 19th century on the side of the original city walls, which were damaged by French troops when they besieged the city in 1809. And this right here is the Onyar River. It divides the medieval district from the modern district. In recent years, the city has become a popular destination for film tourism after scenes from the popular TV series Game of Thrones were shot here. In addition, the 2011 release of the Bollywood film Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, filmed on the nearby Costa Brava, brought a new tourist market from India. In fact, joining me on today's adventure is an Indian family. You know why the cities in northern Spain are more colorful than in other parts of Spain?
Probably in the summer, in the south, maybe the buildings are color painted white.
That's fine.
Behind us is Girona Cathedral. It was originally founded in the year 1038. The cathedral was built in a Romanesque style on the site of a former mosque. The cathedral was redesigned in the Gothic style in the 14th century, and in 1416, construction on the present-day cathedral began.
Well, you know the Gothic, French Gothic style, they have a lot of stuff on it. The cardinals, the arch, the pillars, very heavy things. But look at the Catalan Gothic style, hyper-Gothic. Why? Because instead of one arch, we have 6 arches. Arches ending up on these 12 empty halls. In these 12 empty halls, we used to make 12 statues of the 12 apostles. But the facade is considered Baroque. Okay? Looking at the facade,
Now, the church's main claim to fame is that it actually has the largest Gothic nave in the world and the second widest of any church in Christendom.
when you see that tower, that's St. Felix Church. It has been now. And the top is cut out because in the middle like this, one room destroyed. Yeah? We just leave it like that.
Basilica of St. Felix. It was constructed in stages between the 12th and 17th centuries over the tombs of St. Felix and St. Narcissus, the city's patron saint. And local legend says that during a siege in 1286, French soldiers opened the tomb of St. Narcissus and were swarmed by stinging flies, causing them to flee the city. Sadly, all that remains from the original church today is the cloister and bell tower. That building we see down there is the San Dominic Convent. It's a Dominican monastery founded in 1253.
Work out of the day. You don't need to go to the gym tonight. This way.
In the 12th century, a large Jewish community began to flourish here in Girona. They lived here in this part of the city until they were expelled in the 15th century.
Christian people, because of their religion, couldn't lend money at all. So Jewish people went to the banks in the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, we had a big disease all over Europe called the plague. Many people died, but less Jewish people than the rest. Jewish people, because of their religion, they had about once a week. The Christians had about once a year.
Once a year? Oh.
Once a year.
Oh, that Easter time, right?
Yeah, kind of, when the rainy season, right? But excuse me, I was married or what? I took a shower last month, okay?
Okay, it's the same.
The church always invite Jewish people. Jewish people got money. The church wants money. Jewish people were under the king's control. And church always wanted to be close to the power. So church started saying bad things about Jewish people. Christians, fully ignorant, they don't know anything, just follow what the church said. To convert to Christianism or leave the country forever with empty hands. Many left, but those who remained were under suspicion of the Spanish Inquisition. Did you ever hear about Spanish Inquisition? You don't want to mess around there, right? But many Jewish people got reported, prosecuted, and executed.
Y ahora cuando salgamos de la ciudad vamos a bordear el otro lado de la muralla.
And we're now in the newer part of the city, on the other side of the river.
Can I take with you?
Oh, of course.
Yes, sir, why not?
Okay, thumbs up.
From Girona, I make my way to the charming medieval village of Palos.
Catalonia was a big industrial area in Spain, and we suffered that crisis a lot. Many factories closed, many companies fly away, many people got unemployed, and we asked for help to the Spanish government. And so Spanish government said, sorry guys, we have no money left, we waste it all. So we Catalans thought, okay, what's the point to be part of this country if they cannot help us when we need it? So we decided to make a referendum, democratic referendum, to break away from Spain. But it seems like Spanish people are better than us. Spanish government says that we are not allowed to make those kind of referendums. So that referendum was considered illegal. But nowadays, 50% of those politicians are in Europe, countries like Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, or even Scotland. And some other politicians are put down into prison. So my question is, what kind of democracy is this? This district of Costa Brava. By the way, look at the yellow ribbons.
And we're in the traditional medieval village of Palos. The village was actually founded during the Roman times. But most of what we see today was built a little bit later. The village is home to around 2,500 residents, and it was once a fortress.
Well, look at this building. See that in any medieval village you visit in Europe. Why? Because medieval villages were surrounded with walls. There was no space left. So they usually make buildings in literally the main street. So this street is the medieval version of Fifth Avenue. But what is really medieval is the frame of that balcony. Okay, that's truly Gothic from 1400. You see this thing? These are medieval tombs from the 6th till the 8th centuries. That's not the official flag of Catalonia for restaurants.
Yeah, that's a pro-independence flag.
The one is close for independence with a white star, inspired in the flag of Cuba. Because Cuba was the last colony got independent from the Spanish Empire. It was a hospital here. Okay? Medieval stones were precious things. They don't get rid of the stones that easily. Out of the stones of the castle, they built the church. You see the church over there? And now pay attention to me, please, because now I'm going to tell you the most important sentence of the whole tour. I will wait the whole day for this line. This, from the castle, they built the church. So this is not Game of Thrones. This is Game of Stone.
That church you see is the Samterra Church. It's built in a Romanesque style. Alright, here we have a closer view of the St. Peter Church. And this church dates from the 1100s.
Of Catalonia, you will find a replica in any church you visit in Catalonia when there is a chapel. Yeah? And you can see that she's black, not because she was black, she was white. But over the centuries, the varnish turned the wood dark because people used to pray next to her with candles. You see that? Got it. Remember early this morning we saw some palace church, the keystone in the middle.
And the village is also full of these 4th century defense towers.
Yeah, that's true. I put a lot of effort in it.
Oh, it's really cool that these kinds of villages still exist in Europe. You really do feel like time has stopped in this place.
Remember, if you're gonna buy, I just ask him for 1% commission.
From Paus, it's just a short drive to the scenic Costa Brava and the quaint fishing village of Calella de Palafrugell.
It's only for the local. So I'm gonna.
We can sit together.
We've just arrived in Calella de Palafrugell. I really want to just explore the town, but our guide brought us to this nice restaurant, so we're gonna have some lunch and explore the town a bit later. Looks like my guide's going for fish. I've opted for steak and fries, not exactly the kind of steak I had in mind, but hopefully it'll be good, and some kind of salad. My guide said he's not letting me leave this restaurant unless I try some of the region's famous Catalan creme. And if this dessert looks familiar to you, that's because you probably had it under the French name creme brulee, but the dessert actually originated in Catalonia. Let's see what all the fuss is about.
I tell you.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's
It's good. I'm gonna try it.
I will.
But you know creme brulee, right? Forget creme brulee. It is better.
Beautiful. We're on Spain's picturesque Costa Brava, which means the wild coast, because it's not super developed and still has a lot of natural vegetation. This picturesque village we're in right now is called Calella de Palafrugell, and it was founded sometime around the 11th century. And historically, it has always been a small fishing village, but these days you don't see very many fishermen here. It's more of a tourist village, but it's still worth a visit. Now, during the 18th and 19th century, this was actually one of the region's largest cork producers. The closure of the American-owned cork factory in the 1970s led to severe unemployment, and today this village survives largely off tourism. And up until as recently as 100 years ago, no one wanted to live here. that northern Spain is that the towns and villages here are a lot prettier and more colorful than the ones in other parts of Spain. And that this one right here more closely resembles a Greek island village than a Spanish
Brain
village.
zaczął.
Oh yeah, this is cool. Right behind me we have the village church. We have to turn off a couple of streets to get here, but we did. What a cool sight. Non è fan. We have a lighthouse right here. Right there you can see the town we were just at, Calella de Palafrugell. What an incredible spot to end our tour of Girona and the Costa Brava. Incredible.
Ya respondo una